Good morning, class. Good morning. Um, Today we're gonna have an in-class discussion about cell phone tracking. But first, a little introduction for those new students. If you've never heard my name around, Mr. Zequeira. I graduated from Harvard. Um, and if you're having trouble remembering that name, just remember it's like the annoying bug. So let's talk about the subject itself and the context surrounding it. People nowadays care about efficiency. They want everything easy. And what's more easy than a smartphone? Bring it everywhere. You can access all kinds of information and contact anyone you want. So we bring our phones everywhere. We also care about the truth. We hate being deceived. As the modern generation, being mostly millennials, we don't want to be deceived. Goes into privacy. We like our privacy. We are a very private generation. And so, because of that, these three things coincide with one another. We're efficient, but we want privacy and we want the truth. And what cell phone companies are doing today are giving us the efficiency, but breaking our privacy and lying to us through deception. And so we're going to get into a little bit of how they do this throughout the analysis of this article. Alright, so class, this is Lisa Magrin. She's one of the important people we're going to be talking about today. And in this New York Times article, she is tracked to Weight Watchers, to her boyfriend's home, all of which she found disturbing. And she thought that this is information that people shouldn't know. And so she plays a significant role as one of the people, as an average person that's getting tracked for Now, on the opposite end of this spectrum, we have Brian Wong, who is a chief executive of Kip, a mobile ad firm, who also sold data from some apps it works with. And so, this is the opposite end of the spectrum, where this is a corporate man who says basically that in order for you to receive these free services, right, like the Weather Channel and whatnot, you have to make a compromise because in order for these services to remain free, they have to be monetized. And so these services, he says, have to be monetized through tracking. These people play a very important role as first-hand accounts for the article. Lisa Magrin is the normal person being tracked by these applications to track your every single movement. Whereas Brian Wong is the exact opposite. He's this corporate man who's looking to track your every single movement because it's the only way they can monetize their applications rather than putting an application or advertisement or something on their application. Again, I don't want to show my bias, but this contradiction between the two is seen throughout the New York Times article. Okay, so guys, we're going to show you some pieces of media on the Expanditron again. So as you see here, we have some lines being drawn up here, very nice, and that's from her house to the school that she works at. If you scroll down further, it changes even more, and you get more lines of where exactly the tracking is going.
And you can see these are the exact routes that she's taking from Weight Watchers to their house. These are all the points. And within 4 months, she's been tracked 8,600 times. Absurd. Other sources of media include more of these pictures. This one's at a Planned Parenthood in New Jersey. Again, despicable that they track you even at Planned Parenthood facilities, which should be more private. We have a school, another one of these little drawing track things. And as you can see here, they have some more data on the side. They got the little dots going on here, and it's just showing you all the students that are in there. And then they have another drawing, but this is for the mayor's staff. And so they also utilize images. This is again the Lisa Magrin picture, and puts a name to the face. And then we also have screenshots of the notifications and the elusive way that they're worded to kind of make them seem that it's just nothing you need to worry about. And believe it or not, both of these applications thoroughly track your location despite the wording that's going on here.
So, right here we have representation of the average audience member for the New York Times article. And, it's a millennial. He's having a Starbucks coffee. He or she is reading on their iPad the article. It's not no money guy. It's the new generation. People who want the truth.
This article is targeted towards a simple person because the language in here does not require a thesaurus. It's rather simple language. It's not Shakespeare. Except for a couple words like intrusive or ubiquitous. The rest of the article keeps it very professional and very clean. Another reason is the usage of evidence. It's very simple. A lot of images and graphs and visuals that are moving. It's very simple to understand. They're throwing statistical data as well. That's very simple to understand as well. All numbers. Nothing too crazy. You're not doing any math. You don't need to know what a midichlorian is or whatever. It's very simple stuff. And finally, we have the separation of the content. So this acts as like our little introduction over here, and they talk about some of the little things that are occurring, some examples of cell phone tracking, and they continue here, and then they move on to like the companies and why they do it. Later down here, they continue with that, and then they talk a little bit about the legality of it, right? And then finally, they go into the future trends. And so it's organized in a way that a lot of people can understand this, which is the reason why the audience, the target audience for this article is a simple, average, normal millennial.
All right, class. So let's finish it off with the rhetorical situation. The audience, simple Joe. Purpose, big audience. Trying to inform as many people as we can. The topic, cell phone tracking. I think we got that. And the overall context of the situation, an online newspaper, targeted to a wide audience. Especially within the modern era. We've done it, class. The article is covered.
Ding dong dong ding dong dong ding ding dong dong Scatman's World.